Welcome back to A Day with English, the place where we master the skills to build a better version of ourselves. I'm your host, Emma. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in a room full of people, maybe a business meeting, a classroom, or even a casual party, and you had this incredible idea in your mind? You knew exactly what you wanted to say, but the moment you opened your mouth, your heart started racing. Your palms got sweaty, your throat felt completely dry, and instead of speaking up, you just swallowed your words and stayed silent. Then, 2 minutes later, someone else said the exact same thing you were thinking, and everyone applauded them. You sat there, feeling a mix of regret and frustration, thinking, that could have been me. Why didn't I just speak up? Trust me, I have been there, more times than I care to admit. For years, I believed that public speaking, or just speaking confidently in front of others, was a superpower. I thought you were either born with it, or you weren't. But here is the truth I discovered after years of struggling. Confidence is not a personality trait. It is a muscle. And just like any muscle at the gym, you can train it. In today's episode, we are going to look at 3 powerful, practical shifts that you can use right now to overcome that fear and speak with absolute confidence, even if you are a textbook introvert. Let's start with the first, and perhaps most important technique. Embrace the power of the pause. When we get nervous, our brain enters what psychologists call the fight or flight mode. It senses danger. And because it wants to protect us, it signals our body to finish speaking as fast as possible so we can escape the spotlight. This is why nervous speakers tend to rush. They talk at 100 miles per hour, they run out of breath, and they use fillers like like, to bridge the gaps. But here's the secret. When you speak fast, you sound anxious. You lose control of your authority. So, what is the fix? You need to slow down, and you need to become friends with silence. The next time someone asks you a question, don't answer immediately. Take a deep breath, pause for 2 full seconds. In your mind, count 1, 2, and then begin to speak. To you, that 2-second pause might feel like an eternity. You might think, oh no, they think I'm stupid. But to the audience, it looks completely different. When you pause before speaking, it sends a powerful psychological signal. It tells the listeners that you are confident, that you are in control of your thoughts, and that whatever you are about to say is worth waiting for. Think about great speakers like Barack Obama or Steve Jobs. They were never in a hurry. They used silence as a tool to create tension and emphasis. So remember, slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. Moving on to our second point, change your physiology to change your psychology. Have you ever noticed what your body does when you feel insecure? You tend to shrink. You slouch your shoulders, you look down at the floor, you cross your arms, and you try to make yourself as small as possible. Your body is trying to hide. But communication is only 7% the words you use. The other 93% is your tone of voice and your body language. If your body is projecting insecurity, your voice will sound insecure too. There is a famous TED Talk by social psychologist Amy Cuddy about power posing. She proved that by simply changing your posture for just 2 minutes, you can actually change the hormone levels in your brain, decreasing cortisol and increasing testosterone. So, before you have to speak, whether it's stepping onto a stage or just entering a difficult meeting, take a moment to fix your posture. Roll your shoulders back. Keep your chin parallel to the ground. And most importantly, make eye contact. If looking directly into someone's eyes feels too intimidating, here is a little hack. Look at the space right between their eyebrows. To them, it looks exactly like eye contact, but for you, it takes away the pressure. When you open up your body, you open up your lungs. Your voice becomes deeper, richer, and it carries more weight. Don't wait until you feel confident to act confident. Act confident first, and the feeling will follow. And finally, let's talk about the biggest mental trap of all. The reason 90% of people fear speaking up is because they have the spotlight on themselves. When you are standing there waiting for your turn to speak, what are the thoughts running through your head? Usually, it's a loop of self-criticism. What if I forget my words? What if my accent sounds weird? What if they judge my clothes? What if I make a fool of myself? Notice a pattern there? I, me, my, myself. Your focus is entirely inward. You are treating the speech like a performance where you are being judged. To speak with true confidence, you must shift the spotlight from yourself to your audience. Stop asking, "How do I look?" and start asking, "How can I help?" When you speak, you are not there to show off how smart you are. You are there to deliver value. You are sharing an idea that could solve a problem, a story that could inspire someone, or information that your team needs to succeed. You are just the messenger. The focus should be entirely on the message and the people receiving it. When you realize that it's not about you, a beautiful thing happens. The pressure vanishes. You stop worrying about being perfect, and you start focusing on being helpful. And authenticity beats perfection every single time. To wrap things up today, I want to leave you with this final thought. No one is born a perfect speaker. Every confident person you see today was once a nervous beginner who chose to speak up anyway. Speaking with confidence doesn't mean you don't feel fear. It just means you don't let the fear stop you. Tomorrow, I want you to challenge yourself. Just pick one thing from this episode. Maybe it's taking that 2-second pause before you answer your boss, or maybe it's rolling your shoulders back before you present. Small wins lead to big changes. I want to hear from you. What is your biggest fear or challenge when it comes to speaking in public or in English? Drop it in the comment section below. Let's start a conversation. If you found value in today's episode, please hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Thank you so much for listening to A Day with English. Keep practicing, keep growing, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.